Alright, guys, welcome to First and Goal. I'm your host, Slavo Rihanna, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. Guys, Giants face the Miami Dolphins in the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. And it's kind of what you expected. Bettors, were favoring the Miami Dolphins by a large sum. I believe I ended up seeing it as high as minus 600 on Sunday. Man, this team might fall to being 1-5 when you really think about it, because they're going to be facing the Buffalo Bills, and I believe that's a Sunday night football game, which national audiences was once again going to see just a mollywhopping of the New York Giants. Defense came, they actually picked it up. They were able to score the only touchdown for the Giants. The Giants ended up getting a pick six by Jason Pinnock. Miami was in the red zone, and Pinnock was able to intercept the pass, takes it to the house, ties the longest Giant interception record, interception return in Giants football history. Able to create fumbles. Kayvon Thibodeau actually played well yesterday. Giants ended up who ended up getting so Eric Gray caused the fumble, and then recovery wise, Jason Pinnock ended up getting an interception. Bobby Gray ended up getting an interception. So Jason Pinnock tied the Giants record for 102 yards of a return, for a touchdown. Bobby Oriki, I think it's Oriki. 7 yards for the interception. But overall wasn't really good performance. Danny Jones was under pressure. Once again, it's the same notion. Him trying to run around, him trying to find an open receiver, him trying to avoid being sacked. Got sacked last week 10 times. This week he got sacked 6 times, so we're seeing somewhat of an improvement. 6 sacks for a loss of 19 yards. Oh man, Daniel Jones. Running game wasn't good. Passing game wasn't that good. Waller ended up getting a whole lot of reception, but that was more or less during garbage time. So nice to see him getting into the groove. And then everybody else had 2 receptions, if not 1. All right. Jones gets knocked out of the game. I believe it was for a neck injury. Tyrod Taylor has to come in, and then at least Taylor was able to identify that Waller is a really good, target, a big boy target that they can, attack down the field. And he was looking like he was dissecting his way, how he should, right? Although it was garbage time, and the Dolphins were already winning. Dolphins, guys, I mean, this team, has the ability of making the Super Bowl. Devon Achane, that man is super fast. I mean, they got track stars all over that team with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane. So much speed on that offensive side of the ball. Tua just needs to throw a slant, or offensive line needs to create a nice little bit of a gap so the running backs can get through, and then it's off to the races. I really do believe that anytime the Dolphins had somebody going in motion, Wink Martindale and the defense did not know how to tackle, because we've seen so many times Tyreek Hill, from the backfield, starting to go into motion, go from the right to the left, and then bam, Tua, sees him, he's already going in stride, and bam, just throws him the football, and then it's off to the races. I don't understand how Wink Martindale and the defense was not able to identify that, but then I'm watching this on TV, and I'm like, the person in motion is going to be the person that's going to be getting the football, all right, because they're getting a running start on, their momentum, and nothing, all right. Tyreek Hill, was able to go ballistic. He had a touchdown, 8 receptions, 181 yards. His long was that receiving touchdown that he went for 69 yards. There was an incident where he was trying to get the ball to his mom, and there was a fan that was able to grab the football, and then people were telling him to give it to his mom. One thing for me I don't understand is his mom probably has like 300 something footballs inside that house. What does one more have to do with that? I don't know. Just let the fan have that moment. Your mom is gonna have an unlimited amount of supply of signed jerseys and stuff like that. Give it to the fan. That was just my opinion. Yeah, Tyreek Hill was phenomenal. Tua Tagovailoa, 22 for 30, or a little bit over 300 passing yards. He had 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 interceptions. Was sacked once for 6 yards. His QBR was a 60.4, so a little bit above average. Didn't have his worst game, but he also didn't have his best game. And what's it called? Receiving wise, yeah, Cedric Wilson, came to play. Jalen Waddle, five receptions for 35 yards and that touchdown. Devon Aching, one reception for 14 yards. Mostert, 2 receptions for 13 yards. So they got a whole bunch of speed. They even got the former Jet Braxton Berrios there too, who's very shifty and elusive. Miami's gonna be really, really good. The problem with Miami is that the Giants defense was playing well, but you have to, when you have guys like Tyreek Hill, you're gonna have to put a corner and the safety right above him, so you can kind of maximize, hey, this guy's not gonna beat me over the top. And what really kills is that you have another good deep threat in Jalen Waddle. So if you try to utilize both safeties, then Tua could kill you, just running the football, by giving it to A-Chain or Mostert, or just passing it off to Berrios, or passing it to Wilson, and they can cut around. Miami's a very hard team to defend. Was a little bit proud that the Giants actually were able to commit 3 turnovers. It's rare that we see something of that nature. Yeah, guys, it's just one of those things where they just gotta be able to do better. Now they're facing the Bills next week. The Bills lost against Jacksonville. I already know that Josh Allen's gonna come out there for to get some type of a redemption of a win. They're gonna be at home in Buffalo. They didn't have a great performance against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Wembley. I can already see it right now. Buffalo's gonna stomp them, and I'm just saying it nicely. What's gonna need to happen next? Well, Danny Jones is not. I already have said it many times. Danny Jones is not the quarterback for the future for the New York Giants. Unfortunately, offensive line sucks. Outside of yesterday's game, the Giants defense has been putrid. Having a difficult time trying to tackle people. It's Saquon Barkley and Andrew Thomas, and then it's like everybody else. If I'm Saquon Barkley, I'm not holding out, but I'm not coming back until after the Bills game. I believe after the Bills game, then you have the Commanders, right? And the Commanders just got whopped by Chicago, so there is a strong possibility that the Giants can make them very, very competitive. And then right after that game, then you got the New York Jets. And then you go to Vegas to face the Raiders. So it becomes a little bit easier of a matchup of scheduling wise for the Giants. But after next week's matchup, we're going to find out really, really soon, what does this Giants team have inside them. Because I'm not picking them to beat the Bills. I, lean 40-60 on Commanders on winning that thing, where the Giants are on the 40% side. And then Jets have looked really, really good, but I'm going to talk about that in my next video. Danny Jones, he gets hit a lot. and those hits are going to start compiling up. It's going to be to the point where he's not going to be able to, he's going to get like PTSD every time he sees a pass rusher coming his way, because he's been getting abused so much this year and getting sacked. But that's also because he's holding onto the football. Yeah, guys, if I'm Saquon Barkley, I'm not coming back until the Commanders game. That way, you already proved how important you are towards the franchise, and hopefully the franchise does pay you back, for what you have left in store. But yeah, guys, Giants look putrid. Wink Martindale, made huge improvements. Mike Kafka, offensive line coach Bobby Johnson, my opinion, they gotta go. I don't care if Bobby Johnson, offensive line coach, has been with the, has 28 years in football coaching aspect. Gotta go, because you know what? The fact that Giants keep getting sacked continuously, not having enough time for the play to develop, it's not good. And then it's going to lead to so many more mistakes, down the line, which is going to cause the team not to win as many games as they won last year. Right now, the way that they're playing, they're not making the playoffs. Not even close. But that's just me as a disgruntled Giants fan. Until then, guys, I am Flavoriana. Thank you for watching First and Goal, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.